Today we are talking about the Battleground. It is completely messed up right now. I have been trying to push for the legend tier myself. And before we start, let me show you guys my current rank because there are always few players wanting to see the rank first before they hear anything from a person talking about the Battleground. So currently I am in gold 5, pushing for the legend tier. Standing is somewhat 13 in my own server here, 64% win rate, and the battles in gold 5, and I even see some legend tier games now. It is really rough out there, not because I'm fighting players with higher resonance, but there are players smurfing inside of the battleground in gold 5 and gold 6, wearing 8k wings and having only 4 or 5k resonance with maxed out gems and 5k and above secondary stars. Is really hard fighting versus them. So smurfing is also happening in higher tier games, and it is happening by wizards, barbarians, necromancers, you can name it. Every single person out there is currently doing it because you have higher chance of winning against players like me who have lower secondary stats. So that is the first thing. I noticed a lot of smurfing happening in the gold 5 and above. And let's talk about a few of the things I'm hearing from community. One of those things is wizard being extremely powerful now and being very toxic. I somewhat agree with that. Wizard is really powerful, but I have another opinion on that. Wizard is extremely powerful in the early stages of the battleground. If you are somewhat lower than gold, maybe lower like gold 2, you will have a lot of success with wizard and its build. But as you climb up to gold 5 and above into legend, then the meta classes will come into play with the meta builds, and those classes will be the necromancer. If you have not fought a necromancer with a savior from a pet, legendary pet talent savior, and the borrowed time and the gladiator, you should just wait and fought one. It is impossible to kill one necromancer with that, and they can use bloodlines with the dot pills and kill you basically off screen. Well, not the higher resonance one, but smaller resonance players like me and with the higher secondary stats, they can just delete you off screen. And they can also go with the rat form, doing damage and following up with the pillar, all the good stuff that they have. So necromancer is still really strong, and then follow up by the blood knight. Actually, blood knights are really strong again with the damage immunity and the insane amount of dashes that they have. They can basically come at you really fast and delete you with the dash and follow up with their immunity and their dash skills. I forget the name. That is the one that they go up in the air and come back and hit you so hard it can delete you with that as well. But that is not the hardest classes that I fought. The hardest class that I fought, which I was unable to even reach, was the one demon hunter, 7k demon hunter, using summoner build, using the everlasting viper bite and seeping bile with 4 piece grace of deflection, 4 piece the new set, basically killing even 2 players on my team who were 9k, spawn killing us, and he only died once. He was able to get 29 kills and he deleted us without even getting close to any of us. So it's just not the wizard. As you climb in the higher tier, you will see the meta builds with the really good players up there. The battles are really rough, and it's not just the wizard who is performing really good. There are some other classes who are really good, and if you have the skills to use the builds, you will delete your openness. But now let's talk about the issue why the battleground is suddenly all broken. In my opinion, that happened because of the new 2 slots. We were given 2 new slots, and they are not strife by the debuff of the battleground. So now we can go and combine even more damage and come up with new combination. And that new combination, one of the new combination is dot build. That is working really good for all classes out there. You can go with the 4-piece Grace of the Flagrant, 4-piece new set. The both will work so well together, and if you combine a everlasting bleeding, viper bite, poison, and a seeping vial poison with that, it will just keep ticking on and play for about 4, 5, 6, even 10 and 14 seconds, depending on how much potency you have. It works really good for some other classes like the Wizard. Barbarian can also do this with their cheat that full immune CC and having that fire circle around them, dealing some really nice dot damage. I have seen the Necromancer doing it, I have seen the Demon Hunter doing it, and of course the Wizards are doing it. And on the top of that, the 4-piece Grace of the Flagrant additional hit can even cancel out the healing from players, and that is how it is so good. So in my opinion, we need some nerf for the set pieces. Starting with the set pieces, of course there are going to be class balance changes. I think they should reduce the tick rate of the helm here in PvP and keep it same for the PvE. If we go and take a look here, maybe they can reduce the tick rate from 80% to maybe 40% in Battleground. That is somewhat decent. It would be somewhat same as using the slow time, where the slow time slow the monsters by 80%, but versus players, I believe so that was 50%. So they can do something like this for a helm. 40% is going to be still somewhat decent, but at the end they still need to nerf these set pieces. Now we need some sort of strife debuff for the set pieces, otherwise there will be always a build out there for a range class that is going to delete most players with higher secondary stats off screen, and that is what in my opinion is breaking the Battleground, the new 2 edition of the set pieces and the new set itself, how good that is and how well it works with the 3 gems I mentioned: Everlasting, Viper Bite, Seeping Fire, Grace of the Flagrant. And you can just have higher potency and just let your dot kill enemies off screen, and you just stay back and use whatever gives you the most range. Some huge changes needs to be made, and hopefully that is going to happen in upcoming few days. I'm signing off. See you all in the next one. I will be pushing for the legend tier, sharing my progression, and hopefully you guys are enjoying some PvP. I'll see you all in the next one later.